DWP £538 Pension Boost 2025, Eligibility, Payment Dates and Triple Lock Update. Are you ready for an extra £538 in your pocket next year? A major state pension boost is coming in 2025, and whether you're already retired or about to hit pension age, this could change everything. But who's eligible, when will it be paid, and is the triple lock really safe? Let's break it all down, because your retirement income could be about to rise more than ever before. Welcome to UK Pension Update, your trusted source for the latest news, changes, and expert insights on pensions, benefits, and retirement in the UK. If you're retired or planning for it, we've got you covered. Let's dive into today's important update. We're talking about a potential increase of up to £538 a year for some pensioners, thanks to the government's triple lock mechanism. That's a significant bump, and there's been a lot of debate lately about whether the government will stick to its promise. Well, in this video, we'll break down what the £538 pension boost means, who's eligible, when you can expect to see the increase hit your bank account, and where things currently stand with the triple lock guarantee. So make sure to stick around to the end so you don't miss a thing. The increase is part of the government's annual review of state pension payments. Each year, the state pension is adjusted based on the triple lock system. Now, if you're not familiar with that term, here's a quick refresher. The triple lock was introduced back in 2010 to ensure that the state pension doesn't lose value in real terms. It guarantees that the state pension will rise every April by whichever is highest out of three measures: inflation, average wage growth, or 2.5%. This year, wage growth is in the spotlight. Based on the latest data from the Office for National Statistics, earnings have risen by 8.5%, a number that's higher than both inflation and the minimum 2.5% increase. That means, under the current rules, the state pension should rise by 8.5% starting April 2025. For people on the new state pension, which applies to those who reached state pension age on or after 6 April 2016, the full amount currently stands at £221.20 per week. With an 8.5% rise, that would jump to approximately £239.55 per week. That's an increase of around £18.35 each week, or roughly £954 per year. However, not everyone gets the full new state pension. The average weekly amount paid is lower, so for many, the actual increase will be less in pounds and pence, but still meaningful. Now, let's zero in on that £538 figure you've seen in the headlines. That refers to pensioners on the basic state pension, which applies to those who reached retirement age before April 2016. The full basic state pension currently pays £169.50 per week, and with an 8.5% increase, it would go up by about £14.40, bringing the total to approximately £183.90 per week. Now, here's where things get interesting. There's been growing speculation about whether the government might tweak the triple lock formula this time around. The key reason? While earnings have grown by 8.5%, that includes one-off bonuses paid to public sector workers, especially in the NHS and education. Some economists and politicians have argued that it's unfair to include these bonuses when calculating pension increases. So there's been talk that the government might use a lower earnings figure around 7.8%, which reflects wage growth excluding bonuses. If that happens, the boost to pensions would be a bit smaller. Still substantial, but closer to £494 rather than £538 for those on the basic state pension. As of now, the government hasn't officially confirmed which figure it will use, but traditionally, the full 8.5% number has been applied in the past. We're expecting a formal announcement in November 2024, during the Chancellor's autumn statement. So keep an eye out, we'll update you as soon as we know more. The good news is, it's pretty straightforward. If you're currently receiving the state pension, either the new or basic version, you'll automatically receive the boost in April 2025. There's no need to apply or fill out any forms. The increase will be reflected in your weekly payments. It's worth noting, though, that how much you get depends on your national insurance record. To receive the full new state pension, you typically need 35 qualifying years. For the full basic state pension, it's 30 years. If you've got fewer years, your pension will be proportionally lower and so will the increase. Also, if you live abroad, you may or may not get the annual uplift. Pensioners living in certain countries like Canada, Australia, and New Zealand don't benefit from annual increases due to how the UK government handles international agreements. That's a whole other issue and a major point of contention, but for the majority living in the UK or countries with reciprocal agreements, the increase will be applied as normal. Now let's talk payment dates. When exactly will this extra money land in your account? Pension increases from the triple lock always take effect from the start of the new tax year, which begins on 6 April 2025. So, the first payments with the increased amount will begin rolling out from that date onward, depending on your payment schedule. Remember, state pension payments are made every 4 weeks, usually on a specific weekday based on the last 2 digits of your national insurance number. So you won't see the higher amount until your first payment after 6 April. But from that point on, the higher rate will be in place permanently or at least until the next annual review. Well, with the cost of living still high and inflation putting pressure on essentials like food, housing, and energy bills, every extra pound matters. Many pensioners are living on fixed incomes, and the state pension forms the backbone of their financial stability. That's why the triple lock has been described as a lifeline for older people. It helps ensure that pensioners don't fall behind while prices and wages go up around them. However, the triple lock is also controversial. Some critics argue that it's unsustainable in the long term, especially as the population ages and the number of retirees grows. Others point out that younger generations are bearing the tax burden, while their own retirement prospects seem increasingly uncertain. So there's an ongoing debate in Parliament about whether the triple lock should be reformed or even scrapped in the future. But for now, the government has reaffirmed its commitment to the policy at least through the next general election. Both the Conservatives and Labour have expressed support for maintaining the triple lock, though the exact details could change depending on who's in power. First, stay informed. We'll continue covering all updates about the state pension, including any announcements from the Chancellor or the DWP. Second, if you're not sure how much you're entitled to, you can check your state pension forecast online through the Gov.uk website. It's a quick and easy way to see what your payments will look like when you retire, or if you're already receiving them, how much of the full amount you're getting. Also, consider checking your national insurance record. If you have gaps in your contributions, you might be able to top them up to increase your pension. But be careful, this isn't right for everyone, and it's best to get guidance before making any payments. Finally, if you're struggling financially, remember that there may be other forms of support available, from pension credit to help with housing, council tax reductions, and even cost of living payments. Many people miss out simply because they don't know what they're entitled to. Alright, to wrap things up, the £538 boost to the state pension in 2025 is looking likely, thanks to the triple lock and strong wage growth. Whether the government uses the full 8.5% or a slightly reduced figure is still up in the air, but either way, pensioners can expect a meaningful increase come April. Thanks for watching UK Pension Update. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a critical update that could affect your finances. Stay informed, stay prepared, and we'll see you in the next video.